I think about times, this is life, right? This is life. I can sit here as a specialist and I can know all these things about this specialty, and it doesn't make me immune from also having loss and having loved ones of my own that have gone through end of life stages. I think back to my grandma. She actually was in a nursing home during COVID. She did unfortunately get diagnosed with COVID, and she had it in her goals that she didn't want to go to the hospital. And it was right before the vaccines came out, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But, you know, my dad was her designated medical decision maker, and he was calling me to kind of check in with me on what my opinion was professionally as an end of life specialist as we were watching her transition to end of life. And of course, I was giving him counsel, I was giving him my professional advice. And in that, retrospectively, I caught even myself with 10 years of experience in this field wondering if I was making the right calls and if I was guiding him the right way. And something I think that really gave me a lot of perspective, 6 years ago when this was happening to me in my real life, was it just changed my ability to be empathetic towards families and caregivers and decision makers. If even me as a specialist could question, did I make the right decision? Should I have let them give this medication? Did this accelerate anything in her end of life process? Am I prolonging her end of life process? Just if I could question myself, how reasonable it would be for our families and their loved ones and their caregivers and their decision makers to all question themselves in this process. And the empathy there of, end of life, death, it does not discriminate. It touches all of us. And this is not easy work. It's not easy work to counsel patients at times, and it's not easy work, no matter how much education you have on the subject, to be the one making the decisions. And so how much appreciation and respect and grace and support that each of our caregivers and decision makers, we need to offer them when they're going through this part of their loved one's life together with them. We all end up there together at some point.